Karibu sana. Welcome to the program. It's 4 minutes past 7 a.m. Karibu sana to the program. This is Good Morning Kenya. Today is a viewpoint, and we want to talk about matters health. And we all know that health is wealth, and the only thing that we need to take care of wholeheartedly and with a lot of passion and jealously and religiously, name it, is our health. So today we want to talk about health. And you know, with health, it has to come with a lot of professionalism. There's nothing much that can be done. It's one of the most ideal professions under the sun. And that is why KMTC has been doing all it can to make sure that it churns out professionals in the field. And that is why, as we speak, Kenya is leading as the #1 exporter of human resource to other jurisdictions. The right person to help me talk about is Dr. Kelly Oluwachu, who is the Chief Executive Officer of KMTC. Daktari, welcome to the program. Karibu.
Thank you so much.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Are you an alumni of KMTC, to start with?
I did a higher diploma in medical education in KMTC. Yes,
so you know KMTC in and out?
I know.
All right.
Yeah.
Karibu sana. I'm well informed that you have a graduation tomorrow. How do you feel about that?
I feel grateful that we've been able to train qualified human resources for health.
Yes.
And we as Kenya Medical Training College are proud that we are presenting to the country and the world well-trained, highly qualified professionals into the job market.
Yes.
And we feel that this is an achievement that is higher than what we've achieved before. This having the largest number of graduates, that is 22,695, going to graduate tomorrow. This means, to us, it means that we are able to supply the local market with human resources for health. And we are then able to also provide other countries with much needed human resources for health. And it also means to us that we are able to support the government's agenda on UHC and primary healthcare by providing the much needed human resources for health at the primary level and provide support to all levels of healthcare provision in the country.
22,000 number that's a huge number. I'm trying to imagine how many people are going to be absorbed in the local market at the end of the day, and how prepared are they to venture into the world right now, after tomorrow?
We work closely with the counties, and we are optimistic that most counties are going to absorb our graduates from Kenya Medical Training College. We are also optimistic that the private sector will be able to absorb majority of our health workers.
Yes.
We are also optimistic that by calibrating our training to meet the world demands by introducing foreign languages like German, French, and Arabic, we are able to put our products into the world stage and be able to make sure that our graduates who are not able to find jobs locally are able to be employed in other jurisdictions and also be able to support our country by strengthening the shilling when they're able to send back foreign currencies back to the country. Yeah.
And one thing which is quite important is, you've talked about, is this UHC. The president has been on the front line, even the past regime, to promote UHC, that is universal health coverage. How are you going to make sure that universal health coverage is also fully entrenched in your training as KMTC? Even as they get out fully baked to serve the nation.
Okay, the whole concept of UHC is to make sure that all persons are able to access quality, affordable healthcare whenever and wherever they want it, and at a cost that is not detrimental to their financial situations. As Kenya Medical Training College, we are well prepared to provide the much needed human resources for health that are able to work at primary healthcare level to promote preventive health, to promote healthy living, and ensure that our population has access to information that make them be able to make healthy choices in terms of nutrition, sanitation, and in terms of ensuring that they are able to access other services like immunization, be able to get certain services at the comfort of their households, and also be able to ensure that the cost, we drive down the cost of healthcare by making it accessible, by making information accessible, by encouraging our populations to live a healthy life. So as an institution, we provide the highest number of human resources that are able to do this at community level.
And of course, that is quality number. And talk about quality healthcare, I'm so sure the number of students that you churn out to the job market are all qualified. But how are they getting prepared to, play that pivotal role in dispensing the healthcare, services to their deserving people, the population, and even some other communities out there?
Right from the point of selection of our students, we ensure that they meet the criteria to undertake the courses they do at Kenya Medical Training College. Our curricula are designed in such a way that they are highly participative, that right from the first year, our students are able to interact with the community and be able to understand the demands at community level. We incorporate in our curricula the elements of ensuring that promotive health, preventive health, curative health, rehabilitative health are taken care of in our curricula. And so we have a diverse curricula that ensures that when we graduate someone, they are capable of integrating with the community to determine the demands and to come up with the correct interventions to support our communities.
Yeah, and that now calls for proper training. But again, it also comes with primary health care, which again cascades down into the local community. So how do you bring them, as before they get out to the job market, how do you incorporate the aspect of primary health care? You churn it towards the students, and then when they get out there, they also get fully baked.
Okay, the principles of primary healthcare include issues to do with access to healthcare. And in terms of access to healthcare, healthcare should be available at the nearest opportunity with a cost that is not detrimental. So we train our health workers in such a way that they're able to carry out community interventions at the lowest cost possible in a resource-constrained environment. Secondly, our curricula have elements of health promotion. And in order to prevent disease, we enable our students to be able to communicate elements of health promotion, including hygiene, sanitation, immunization at community level. This reduces the cost of healthcare. It's said that if you invest a shilling at the primary level, that is at the community level, you save 9 shillings in terms of curative health. And so KMTC is focusing on ensuring that we are able to disseminate information at community level. The other elements of primary healthcare is infusion of technology into the way we approach healthcare. And you saw that when the president launched the primary healthcare and we had community health promoters. One of the key elements is to be able to capture data at community level so that we know the disease patterns and interventions that are needed. Our students during training, we incorporate a lot of technology. Actually, Kenya Medical Training College has embraced e-learning. Right from the word go, our students are able to enroll on our ERP, that is Enterprise Resource Planning platform, so that they're able to, from the word go, interact with technology. They have to register on our e-learning platforms. They also do exams on online, some of the exams. And this makes sure that they are able to integrate technology from the training element. And so when they go to the field, this element of UHC and primary healthcare, of ensuring that we incorporate appropriate technology, is not strange to them. The other issue we do is community participation. That is a principle in primary healthcare. And right from the inceptional points of training, our students interact with the community. And so they are able to understand the dynamics of working in the community. And therefore, this gives them a competitive advantage when it comes to being able to support the government's agenda of bottom-up economic transformation, and also to ensure that UHC is actually functional and effective at the lowest level.
And I believe that every health provider must be in a position to integrate with the local community, irrespective of where they work. Yours is to provide proper healthcare. But again, there are some of the challenges. We all know that for you to achieve that, there must be some level of professionalism. So how is, you know, in respect with achieving the UHC coverage, which again, the government is quite, you know, in the front line to make sure that is fully rolled out. So how are you going to make sure that you bring the professionals out there, that they meet the standards of UHC at the same time professionalism, you know, to achieve all this? And perhaps what are some of the challenges you also face in achieving this goal?
In order to ensure that our students and eventually our graduates embrace professionalism, from the word go, our curricula has elements of medical ethics in it. Our research has ethical elements and considerations in them. When they are graduating, they take an oath that they will protect the interest of the patient, that the information they gain from their practice is not going to be public information, that they are going to ensure that they put the interest of the patient above personal interest. And we expect that when they then go to the marketplace and they start practicing, they are bound by that. Secondly, KMTC is the most regulated institution. We have regulators that we work with. When students start training, right from selection to the point they graduate, and eventually after graduation they register with professional bodies, we still follow them up to see from the employer's point of view whether we are producing graduates who are ethical. And we monitor that we inculcate professionalism in their practice. So KMTC works with regulators to inculcate and incorporate professionalism in the way we approach training.
Dr. Time flies. We all agree that what happened in the 70s, 80s is quite different from what we do. You can imagine way back in the 80s, we had our great-grandmothers who would go and do, they were herbalists generally. That is the traditional way of doing primary health care in the communities. But everything is dynamic right now. I don't know how you are doing this to inculcate that level of dynamism with your students to ensure that they're not just traditionally equipped, but they're also adapted to the changing times.
We do that by reviewing our curricula. We make our curricula in collaboration with the various stakeholders. We go, for example, to employers and ask, what is it that you want from a health worker of this cadre? And we work with them to develop curricula that addresses those issues that they want addressed. But we are also very alive to research, and KMTC actually does operational research that enables and informs curricula generation and review. And so when we work at community level, we are...
And this is done regularly?
We do that regularly. Our curricula are reviewed after every 3 years. And we generate new curricula to address emerging health needs of the country. So essentially what we do at KMTC is to ensure that we move with the time. And we produce health workers that are relevant to the needs of the market. You've talked about herbalists. And I want to tell you that herbalists are not just traditional as you are talking about it. There's a science behind it. And in Kenya Medical Training College, some of the graduates we produce are pharmacy diploma graduates. And we have higher diploma in herbal medicine. And in this, we train our graduates on the natural remedies that can be used at community level. Apart from that, one of the courses in Kenya Medical training college is nutrition. And there is no better medicine than appropriate, proper nutrition.
Yes.
And this is accessible at community level. We train our graduates to use the available local foods to manage health of the community. And this is the best way of making sure that your health is properly guarded by making right choices about your nutrition. And our nutrition graduates are able to advise the community.
So we can say that our great forefathers were doctors in their own right.
I can say so. And
quote in quote.
all we needed is evidence that you can have connect an action to an effect. And that is what science comes to do, to elaborate on whether if you take action A, it actually produces effect B. And that is the essence of science, to prove that an action causes a result.
I would imagine the kind of responsibility you have as KMTC, because you have got policies and systems, you have got UHC here, and then you also have professionals. So how do you bring all this together, systems, policies, you know, UHC and KMTC? There must be some kind of connection between them. If you can, kindly.
What happens is KMTC has an element of collaboration. And we work with counties, we work with NGCDF, we work with development partners, NGOs, we work with regulators. And in that kind of environment, you are able then to determine what really is needed at the marketplace. And you're able to then collaborate to ensure that you get the best for the population. And what we do at Kenya Medical Training College is incorporate the requirements that enable us to provide the best human resources for health. And to be able to do that, we regularly interact and communicate with various stakeholders to determine the demands and also calibrate our training with the needs of the Ministry of Health, so that when we produce health workers, they are in relation to what the ministry wants and the direction that the ministry is taking in terms of the healthcare that it needs for the country.
You talk of a holistic approach in doing your trainings and giving out the professional out there to the job market. So how are you doing this? I mean, it must be a lot of work, trying to bring somebody from ground zero. You make sure that you give them the right procedure, the right requirements, so that when they get out there in the job market, they are not an embarrassment to the institution. They are fully baked. Allow me to ask you this. How is the training well-rounded to give out professional healthcare service providers out there?
We ensure that our training is well-rounded through designing curricula that are responsive to the needs of the market. And we incorporate the elements of preventive healthcare, promotive healthcare, curative healthcare, rehabilitative healthcare, and including palliative care in our curricula. We also ensure that we produce various cadres that are needed in the market. Our cadres are in 7 faculties, ranging from preventive, promotive, curative, information, and medical education, to ensuring that we have proper remedies and interventions through preventive pharmaceutical care, nursing care, and clinical care. We have 18 departments, and KMTC has a wide range of courses. Actually, we have 95 courses.
Wait a minute, 95 courses?
Yes, and we work very closely with Kenya National Qualifications Authority to ensure that the courses we produce at we offer at KMTC are internationally recognized. We also are ISO certified. We ensure that we adapt to the quality management systems and produce graduates that you can prove that they have actually undergone the training. They have competency that is needed in the marketplace. They are able to adapt to the needs of the marketplace. They are able to improve themselves and become lifelong learners. Then, so that even after training, they do not stop learning. They continue to be relevant to the needs of the marketplace. We live in an information era, and trainees are not bound to stop learning when they graduate. What we do at Kenya Medical Training College is to inculcate a culture of reading, inculcate a culture of inquisitiveness, being part of a conversation on research. So we hope that our learners are lifelong learners, that they do not stop learning when they graduate, that they will continue to advance technology, innovation, and knowledge in the medical field. And we are proud that as Kenya Medical Training College, we have been able to produce policymakers in the country. Actually more than 4 PSS in the current government are alumni of KMTC. Our current CS, Madam Susan Nakumicha, is an alumni of KMTC. So we are proud that we produce people who then become lifelong learners, able to develop themselves, adapt, and be able to serve the community at the appropriate levels.
Okay. Doctor, allow me to ask you this open question. We have got so many institutions across the country. So what makes KMTC unique? Why would I choose to go to KMC and leave institution X or Y? I mean, what's so special about KMTC?
One, KMTC has a direction. KMTC has set itself a goal and a vision of being a globally competitive institution. KMTC has a mission of producing fit-for-purpose health workers.
Fit for purpose?
Fit for purpose, meaning that they are supposed to supply their skills to meet the demands of the market through training, research, and consultancy services. And what KMTC actually does is to really be very keen on the quality of training.
Yes.
And right now, when we tell you that we are the most preferred institution, it is true. We get more than 44,000 applicants for KMTC. We are able to take at one given point, only 13,000.
And I believe it must be overstretched right now, even with admissions and requests. And
there are so many requests to join KMTC. Rightly, because Kenya Medical Training College does not just train and graduate people and stop there. We follow up to know their welfare in terms of, are they employable? We look for markets for them. We do not just graduate people and tell them to sort themselves out.
Yes.
Kenya Medical Training College has a responsibility that their graduates get gainful employment, and if they don't get gainful employment, they actually become employers. And so what we do is incorporate elements of medical entrepreneurship in our training, so that if you are not able to get employed, you are also able to create employment for other people. Kenya Medical Training College right now has incorporated technology in its training. We have e-learning platforms, we have ERP, we have simulation laboratories, which is, even universities don't have simulation laboratories.
And that now brings us the aspect of dynamism. The world is changing.
And you know, we have models that are human models that can mimic normal reactions of human beings. This is in a way to make sure that the trainee gets first-hand skills in the laboratory before they go to the bedside. And so what we do is invest so much in technology, laboratory equipment, to make sure that we produce high-quality graduates. Finally, we as an institution have incorporated in our strategic plan the elements of sustainability. KMTC does not work alone. We work with partners, so we collaborate so much. We have elements of resource mobilization and to make sure that the institution is actually financially viable going into the future. And so as Kenya Medical Training College, we also ensure that we recognize the devolution, work with counties to provide need-based training for various counties. So with that, you have an institution that is competitive, not only for local market, but be able to produce human resources that are sought after world over.
And that brings me to the next question before we take a break, the issue of collaboration and partnerships, you know, with other institutions out there, either locally or internationally. How are you achieving this?
We do that by basically looking for partners, developing MOUs with them, being able to meet the demands of various partners, and being able to listen to various demands of partners. We have collaborations with various countries, like the tripartite agreement between Kenya and UK to provide labor by ensuring that we provide them with the human resources. We have now looked for markets in Germany, Austria, Arabic countries to ensure that we basically are able to provide them with human resources. So with that, our collaboration is need-based. We ensure that we make collaborations that are beneficial to our students, are beneficial to the country, and are able to advance the agenda of KMTC, of being the best trainer.
All right, I'm told that we are running out of time, but allow me to ask you this. Daktari, there was a lot of scare in the past because of the COVID-19. How did you, come to terms or even churn out professionals out there that they are ready for such kind of, emergencies in the future? And what is the future at KMTC?
COVID-19 brought with it opportunities. While it was devastating to the country, and KMTC really played a very big role in providing quarantine and isolation facilities in over 44 of our campuses, and providing services to more than 4,500 returnees from various countries, and ensuring that we slow down the COVID-19 spread during that time. And you remember that time there was this issue of flattening the curve.
Yes.
It couldn't have happened without the interventions KMTC put in place. But we also learned so much from COVID-19. We learned to be adaptable, to be more innovative, to embrace technology. And it is during COVID-19 that we really advanced e-learning platforms to enable our campuses be able to be embrace technology in teaching and learning.
And in 10 seconds, is there a good future for KMTC moving forward?
Yes. The future of KMTC is bright. Number one, we are basically globally competitive institution. We are going to ensure that we provide fit-for-purpose trainees and graduates. And the future of KMTC lies on 4 areas. Number one is the quality of training that we are going to offer. We will ensure that we are second to none in terms of quality of our training. Secondly, digital transformation. The future of KMTC relies on technology and embracing technology in teaching and learning, and ensuring that our graduates are digital natives, are able to work with technology to advance medical training and medical interventions. Third, we are looking at research, innovation, and consultancy services. The future of KMTC will rely on the research outcomes, the policy that we derive from it, and the ability to innovate and also provide consultancy services. We are going to be big on this area. And finally, the sustainability of the institution is going to be key in managing the institution going forward. We are going to make sure that we are able to be financially sustainable, be able to collaborate with partners, be able to infuse partnerships and meaningful opportunities for our graduates, for the country, and ensure that basically KMTC becomes the best institution of training medical courses.
All the best. I'm told that you're having a graduation tomorrow, 22,000 students graduating tomorrow. To all the graduates who are graduating tomorrow, we wish you all the best. And as Daktari completely said, that you have the right skills to get into the job market. Daktari, thank you so much. And thank you so much for watching. Let's take a break. We are coming back with honoring our heroes. That is happening at the Norfolk Hotel. You know who is speaking? Eludowalo with the CS. Let's wait and see what's happening. But that is shortly after this break. Stay with us.